It's September 26th and Amazon is being sued by the federal government, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, and 17 US states. What have they done and how much crap, deep crap, are they actually in? Let's check it out, you guys. Welcome in, everybody. It is September 26, 2023, Tuesday afternoon. First, I want to start by wishing my fiance, Caitlin, a big happy birthday. I won't tell you how old she is. You guys can guess down in the comment section, but it is her birthday again, September 26, every September 26. So happy birthday, Caitlin. I love you, and I will see you a little bit later today. With that said, let's jump into the video. Amazon is indeed being sued. They are being sued in federal court. It was recorded up in the state of Washington, where their base of operations is. Jeff Bezos, the owner, founder, former or current CEO, stepped down, board of directors, whatever he does now. He's based out of D.C., but the company out of Washington State, not Washington, D.C. Now, they are sued basically for monopolization, which Facebook and Google are also being sued for, but not on this level. And it's what Microsoft was sued for back in the 1990s, world-famous lawsuit and deposition by Bill Gates, if you're familiar with that, if you're of that age time. But if you're not, what have they done? What has Amazon done, and what are they accused of doing? Well, accused of doing that the government doesn't like. Well, monopolization in three ways. So number one is that they are hiding product, not being listed as Prime available, being sold by third-party sellers. So basically, they're hurting sellers that don't use FBA. If you're not familiar with Amazon and how the sales work and the selling works and being a seller, Amazon has two ways to sell on their platform, FBM and FBA. FBM means fulfilled by merchant. If I have a couple of remote controls that I want to sell on the Amazon platform and I list them, I could put them in my bins and I can sell them and ship them just like I would on eBay or any other platform. Or I have the choice of FBA. And FBA means I can go list a whole bunch of product. I can get a whole bunch of these listed, and then I could put them all in a box, and I could ship it to Amazon's warehouse, and they will put it in their storage system, and when it sells, they will ship it out. Why would I do that? Well, one, obviously the storage space. It's great for people with limited storage space or that have huge operations that don't want to handle the storage and the shipping. Two, they ship the packages for you. There is a fee, but generally items that are stored at Amazon's warehouse sell faster and sell for more money because those are the items listed as Prime when you're on Amazon shipping as Prime, where you can buy those items and get them delivered really, really fast like we're used to. Those sellers, their items generally sell faster and sell for more money. That's why they're willing to pay that fee. It's called a pick and pack and an FBA fee in order for Amazon to take care of the storage and the shipping so that they can sell faster and for more money. People that sell FBM, they just want to store it and take care of it themselves. So that's the two ways that Amazon handles selling. Now, what they're saying is the people that decide to sell it and list on their own shelf or store it on their own shelf and ship it are not getting the same exposure, or they're being hidden, this is the accusation allegedly, than the people that do FBA. So if you send it in FBA, they're going to send it out. If you keep it yourself, they're not going to promote you as much. They're not going to show you as much, probably hiding you. Kind of makes sense because Amazon really pushes that Prime membership and really pushes that 2-day shipping and really wants people to buy that stuff and buy from here. So if your items aren't listed in their warehouse and you have them, they can't guarantee the customer service. They can't guarantee the 2 days. There's a lot of guarantees that they can't give, and they're not really incentivized to do that, right? Like they don't want to do that. They want you to have your inventory at their warehouse. Plus, when your inventory is at their warehouse, they control the inventory, they can check it, they can do all sorts of things. So that is number one. Now, number two is kind of a little more sketchy, and we've all discussed that here on the channel. I'm going to talk about it inside. Let's go in there. Okay, number two is something that is talked about on eBay, and people claim it, eBay's doing it, and this is actually an Amazon thing. So we're all familiar with promoted listings, where if you list an item with promoted and it sells, you pay a fee on eBay. eBay also has advanced promoted, where you can pay to advertise whether it sells or not. Amazon has that as well. It's called PPC, where it's paid per click. So basically you're promoting and advertising your products and you're paying whether they sell or not. And basically people, including the government and the states, are accusing Amazon of, if you don't pay for advertising, that you're not going to get displayed, you're not going to get a whole bunch of traffic. Basically pay to play. That's kind of the claim that they're putting out there. And a lot of people have accused eBay, like if you're not paying for promoted, you're not paying for advanced promoted, you're not going to get seen. Well, Amazon has to prove this, that they are not hiding people in federal court. It's going to come out whether or not the people that were paying extra are getting really preferential treatment, which if you're paying extra, you're getting put in front of more people, you are getting preferential treatment. However, are they purposely hiding people that aren't paying? So that's claim number 2. Let's thank the sponsor of our channel in today's video, List Perfectly, the best and fastest cross-listing tool for resellers. They'll help you get your inventory in front of 12 platforms in just minutes, including eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, Shopify, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, and many others. Thank List Perfectly for the time and effort they've put into bringing you this amazing tool. Save 30% on your first month or upgrading a month with List Perfectly using discount code ROCKSTARLP. I'll put it down in the description box. They do an amazing job. They have an amazing team, and we want to thank List Perfectly for being a sponsor of the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. All right, claim number 3 is that Amazon is price fixing. So basically what a lot of Amazon sellers come across is they buy an item for $10 and they go on Amazon and they want to price it at, say, 75 bucks, right? And Amazon goes, no, you can't price it that high. You need to stay under $60 or under $50. And people are like, oh, well, it's going to be Christmas or peak season, and why can't we price it that high? And Amazon doesn't allow you to price it that high because they don't want to make their customers mad. They don't want their customers to log in and say, oh my goodness, somebody's selling this pumpkin for $75 on Amazon. That's ridiculous. Amazon prices are crazy high. They don't want that. So they want it to stay in line with like a certain pricing structure. And even though there may be people willing to pay that price, so they're basically telling you how much money you're allowed to make in a price fixing scheme. And so that's part of the complaint that's listed in this Federal Trade Commission lawsuit and the state lawsuit against Amazon. So that's another thing that sellers really complain about. The final one, number 4, that's really, really shady on the backside. Now, I haven't found this in the actual lawsuit that I've read, but people are saying it's in there and you have to look hard. I'll have to reread it again. Amazon requires you to provide a source of your manufacturer or your distributor or your supplier when you buy a lot of name brands, especially. You guys have probably heard of the term gating or ungated. All that means in Amazon terms is if you're gated, you are not allowed to sell a certain brand or item for whatever reason. There's some items that just aren't allowed on Amazon at all. There's some items that you have to be approved, like for example, maybe Louis Vuitton. They only allow approved sellers to sell it. That way they know that merchandise is real. And in order to get approved by Louis Vuitton, you have to have a letter directly from them. You have to be one of their authorized sellers, and then you have to provide that to Amazon. And that's how you get ungated. The gate opens up for you. There's a lot of brands that do that. Things like Nike have gated a lot of stuff, and that keeps and weeds out a lot of smaller sellers, right? Because they can't get direct with those companies. But basically, let's say you're selling some obscure product. I know somebody that was selling some food product, a grocery product, that only came from one supplier in the whole country. Let's say that I create Casey's Coffee and I go out to all you resellers and I sell you guys Casey's Coffee for $2 a bag because I don't feel like doing Amazon. I don't want to do it myself. I just want to wholesale it. And then you guys go on Amazon and sell Casey's Coffee for 15 bucks a bag. Bunch of you are selling my coffee. I give you permission. Everybody's on Amazon. Everything's good. Amazon goes one day, oh, we're going to gate Casey's Coffee. We need proof from you where this coffee is coming from. Who is your supplier? We need his contact information, all his information. So you guys all come to me. I give you my information. You guys all give it to Amazon. Now Amazon has my information. Amazon all of a sudden contacts me and goes, hey, how much do you sell them, bags of coffee? And I'm like, I sell it for $2. And they're like, we'll give you $2.25 and we'll take everything you have. And I'm like, wow, okay, here you go. I sell it all to them. And the next day, Amazon goes to those sellers and goes, you guys are no longer allowed to sell Casey's Coffee. We're selling it. Bam! You are now competing with Amazon. And not only are you competing with them, sometimes where they don't actually kick you off of the platform, they just say, we're going to compete with you and we can spend more money and pay more money and sell it and make more and push it up in the algorithm. But sometimes we're just going to block you altogether and now you're not even our competition. And so that is what a lot of sellers are mad about as well. They give up their supplier to have the ability to get ungated and be able to sell a product. And then all of a sudden they're either competing with Amazon directly because Amazon's gone to that supplier and got their own stuff from them, or they're kicked off the listing altogether and they're not allowed to sell. This is some of the stuff, if you're not an Amazon seller, that you don't know and that goes on in the world of Amazon selling. So just a heads up, Amazon is an amazing platform to sell on. People make millions millions of dollars, but there's a lot of loopholes and a lot of stuff you got to understand before you jump into that world. So these are the claims being made in this lawsuit against Amazon. This is going to take months, if not years, to drag through the courts, depending on a settlement or an agreement. It could be big changes for Amazon, the way that things are priced, the way that things are allowed to be listed, the way that sellers are allowed to work. As a buyer, as an everyday retail buyer, I don't think you're going to notice a huge difference. The everyday mass of people are usually protected from this. But as a seller, you're going to see a ton of differences. And if you are an Amazon seller, I would love to hear your opinions and your thoughts on this down in the comments section. So huge news from the world of Amazon. The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, the US government, and 17 states with more to come joining in on this lawsuit against Amazon to make it a more fair selling platform, better for sellers, and to stop the direct competition with Amazon. So can't wait to see how this pans out, how this works. I'll put the news story down below, as always, with all of my other links. If you need a cross-listing service, List Perfectly is down there. Accounting service, My Reseller Genie, is also down there. And if you need somebody to create your listings for you, as always, I own ProEcommerce Lister. That is linked below with a 15% off coupon, RSF15. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the comments section.